know how people say, don't judge a book by its cover? Well, sometimes you do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I am in the middle of filming a couple reading type vlogs, so I am bogged down with books that I am currently in the middle of. So to take a break from reading, I decided that today I'm gonna show you guys some of the prettiest books I own. I definitely am someone that does judge a book by its cover unless it's been repeatedly recommended to me and I like the synopsis. Most of the time, if I'm going book shopping and I'm not looking for something in particular, obviously you pick off the books that look like you'd be interested in them. And so today we're gonna talk about the prettiest books I own, all right? And I didn't really go through a lot of my mass market fantasy books, because if you guys have watched my videos, they're all kinds of crammed together, and you know, I'm a sucker for dragons and I'm a sucker for old fantasy covers, so I didn't really include those because then this video would have a bazillion different books. But I grabbed some of my prettiest ones and I just kind of went through my shelves and I organized my shelves by genre, so these are kind of in genre order. The first book that I wanted to show you guys, I think is really pretty for multiple different reasons, is the Foundation trilogy by Isaac Asimov. This is the Barnes & Noble collectible edition, so it has those really pretty gold sprayed edges, and I mean, I just love the cover. It has this like very sci-fi digital, I don't know what you call this, I'm not, you know, a computer person, but I think this cover is so pretty. I have yet to read this book, but I just love it, and I think the purple and the whole background, I just think it's stunning. It makes me want to read it right now. The next book is also a sci-fi, but that's The Mountain in the Sea by Ray Naylor, and I obviously am a marine scientist, so I freaking love the octopus on the cover. I love the colors though. I think that's what really calls to me, is, I don't know, they're just not colors that I would like really think about, but they just pop, and I just think it's so pretty. And there's like octopus eyes sprayed on the edge. I just think it's so pretty, guys. The last little sci-fi one I have is Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruccio, and I have the mass market version, but I know the big paperback versions are also really pretty. I don't know if my camera's gonna zoom into any of these, so you know, bear with me. But I don't know why, because I really hate purple, okay? I'll be honest, I don't like purple, and I've now showed you 2 purple books. They're just so pretty, especially with sci-fi. I feel like purple is a very sci-fi color, if that makes sense. But I just, oh, I don't know, it's very ominous. I love it. Now, people sometimes don't think that horror can be pretty, but let me tell you, there's like a weird pretty, all right? And Eric LaRocca's books, I think they're just stunning. I think they're so pretty. This is his newest release. I am currently reading it, and I'm actually not liking it at all, but his covers are just so, I don't know, unique and pretty. This is the first one I feel like that's not, it doesn't look like an oil painting or a drawing, but I don't know, this one's just so disturbingly pretty, if that makes sense. Like the creepy red lighting, it's just, I next have Monstrilio, and I don't know, the geometry on this, it's so simple yet so good. And the little creepy, you know, guy, it's just, it's so pretty. It's just drawn so well. And this book has that like weird gritty texture. I kind of love it. I hated it at first, and then the more I like touch it, I'm like, wait, I kind of love the feeling of that. But I don't know, simplicity in book covers sometimes is the way to go. Sometimes, you know, it's too much, but this is just right. Okay, the next 2, I did say sometimes disturbing and weird can be pretty. I love this cover. I don't know why. I think it's stunning. It's just so pretty. You know, I've seen people like hand spray their edges, really cool designs, and I just am obsessed with this. I don't know why. It's so pretty. This one is one of the books that sits facing out on my bookshelves because it's just chef's kiss. I love it. It makes me want to read it. I still haven't, and I need to, but it's so disturbing yet so beautiful. The last disturbing and beautiful one is, of course, What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. Her other new one, part of the same series so far, is What Feasts at Night, and it's also a pretty cover. It has like a horse with this disturbing stuff, but I don't know. The OG cover, the OG book, it's just so pretty. I used to have this facing out on my shelf, but I have a lot of horror books, so I don't really have room to do that right now, but it's so pretty, guys. Like, I don't know, there's something about fungus. Like, if a cover has fungus on it and it's drawn and painted pretty, I'm sold. Now, of course, you can't have me in a video and not talk about science or something, so I do have a nonfiction, and this is The Ends of the World, and this is a stratigraphic column, but the colors and the very intricate little designs of the fossils and stuff, I definitely cover bought this. I cover bought this for sure. The biggest genre in my library, and I think they have the prettiest covers, is fantasy. Now, I did try to go through some of my like contemporary and romance. Honestly, I hate most romance covers. They're so ugly, and they either have like the cartoony cheesy characters on them, they have like the real people on the covers, or it's just not a vibe, you know. And contemporaries too, I think they're boring usually, so I kind of stayed away from that half of my room because I think fantasy, sci-fi, and horror are really where the pretty covers are at. So everyone knows this book. If you don't, I think you may have been living under a rock for the last couple years, but that's The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I have yet to devour this beast because it's a fatty, but the cover, I honestly have no idea what this is about. This has been really hyped up in the last couple years. I don't know anything about it. I simply bought it because it was popular, and I think the cover is so pretty. And what did I say about dragons? Also, my favorite color is yellow, so having a book this yellow and big on my shelves, just, it's so satisfying. But yeah, I love it. The dragon and the print of the title even have like this blue holographic. It's so pretty. Now, this one's a little weird, but I have The Starless Crown by James Rollins, and I just think this is satisfying. Like, it's not like pretty as in, you know, there's sparkle or like cool design. It's just satisfying in like an artistic way. I just think it's so pretty. Even the spine and the second book, and I think the third book just came out not long ago, but I just think they're so pretty. I don't know why. I think it's because it does kind of look like a painting almost. Like, I don't know. Now, this one is one that I have had facing out on my shelves for a really long time, and that's The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. And again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in this video, I'm an ocean person, so this automatically calls to me. And the colors are just, again, they're really unique. Like, they're really vibrant but like dark colors, and they just work well. Like, I didn't think an ocean with these bright colors would work, but it's so pretty, and I love octopus, so and even the back, like, it goes all the way around. I don't think, yeah, this one doesn't have like an inside. I thought it did have a print. I know some of the special editions I've seen of this book are like tear-jerking, like they're so pretty, but I have the regular book of the month edition, and it's still one of my favorite covers of all time. Now, a book that I just bought and I have not read yet, I didn't even shelve it yet, it's just been sitting on my stairs, is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I recently binged One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, and I ate them up. So when I saw that she had a new release, I immediately was like down for it. I love her writing and her gothic vibes, but this cover, I can say I think I may like this cover more than her Shepherd King duology. I usually don't like people on the cover, but when it's like very, I don't want to say ambiguous, I don't think that's the right word, but when it doesn't really show all the facial details and stuff like that, I think it's a lot more appealing than actually having like a person on the cover. But I love this cover, and it does have a very, very stunning end papers. I just think this is probably like all around one of the prettiest books I own, and I just got it, so that's really exciting, and I think I want it facing out on one of my shelves. I just have to figure out where. Now, a book that I've had for, I don't know, a really long time now, and I just still have not picked up. It's a YA fantasy, and it's called Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. And I know that I cover bought this. I have no idea what it's about. I really couldn't tell you, which is weird because usually I do know what books are about. You know, I'll walk through a bookstore and I'll be like, I own that book, I can tell you what it's about. I'm like the book encyclopedia. People describe a book to me and I'm like, oh, that's this and that. Even if I haven't read it, I know a lot about the book community and books that are popular or unpopular, or some of the older books. So it's weird that I can't remember what this is about, but it's so pretty. The second I was like, I'm gonna film a prettiest book cover video, I instantly thought of this book. This is the first book I thought of. I said Bloodleaf. It's so pretty. I know it is. I got no idea what it's about, but it's just, it's got that holographic silver, and it even has like the little stars on the back. I don't think this one, yeah, this one doesn't have pretty end papers either, but I do want to read this one soon. And this is like the 4th or 5th book now that has purple as a main color. Apparently I like purple now. I said I love yellow, right? Well, I also love black, and black and yellow together is just such a vibe. Like, I like very much the monochrome colors, so black, white, gray, and then I love yellow and red. And this book, which I just recently read, Black Tongue Thief, has been out on my shelves like this for years now. I think it's just so pretty. I feel like a lot of books try to go with more color. You don't really see a lot of monochrome covers. I don't think, especially in fantasy, I feel like you see them more in like dark romance and romance books, but finding like a monochrome color that also has like so much depth to it, I don't know. I think this book has a lot of detail. There's even the little cat. If you guys have read it, you know the little cat guy. But I think this cover is hands down one of the best. And the prequel book, The Daughter's War, is also stunning, and it's monochrome but red. What did I say? Those are my colors. The last book I'm going to talk about is part of a trilogy, and I do own all 3, and I have never seen anyone talk about these. I honestly don't know how I found out about them, but the covers are some of the prettiest covers I've ever seen in my life. It was hard choosing one out of the 3 of them, but I think the first cover is my favorite still, and that is Gods and Monsters by Janie Marie. Maybe this was a self-published book, I'm not positive, but first off, it's that really sleek, shiny material, and again, I don't normally like people on the covers, but this woman right here is stunning. Like, I want to kiss her. She's so pretty, and the monster's claws grabbing her. Look, I'm a special effects artist and I also do photography on the side, and this is something that I would want to photograph after I did the makeup for. To have those hands, I just think it's so beautiful, honestly. And what's really cool is the cover of all 3 of the books in the series have this woman in different poses and, you know, colors or whatever. But on the back, there's also like a man. Again, I don't really know much about this series, so I don't know if the man and the woman on all the covers are the same person or different, but I love it. And another thing I love is the detailing. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but I love her blood dripping out of her eyes. It's just so pretty. These are definitely some of my prettiest books that I own, and I wish that I could have this one facing out, but that's just not the way my bookshelves have been arranged. So those are about 15 of the prettiest books that I own. I do own a lot of really pretty or really interesting covers, so I thought this was going to be an easy video to make, so I went and like started picking off all the books, and then I was like, holy crap, I have over 20 books picked out. I need to put some back and like narrow this down some. Otherwise, this video will be me just saying pretty and stunning over and over and over again, which it probably was still, but I narrowed it down some. And yeah, you know, people say don't judge a book by its cover, but sometimes you do, and sometimes the really pretty books are really good books. So I disagree with that statement 100%. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have some really stunning books that you want to tell me about, comment down below. I love looking at pretty books. I like sniffing books. I think that's like a weird book person thing, but I know a lot of us do it and it's so satisfying. But again, if you have really pretty book covers that you want to tell me about, tell me about them. I'll Google them. They're so pretty. I know a lot of special edition books are stunning. I don't have a lot of special editions. These are just normal books that I think are beautiful. So I will see you guys soon, and I'm really excited for the next few videos that are coming your way. I have been reading for them, so hit the little bell and you can get notified when I upload these. But I hope you guys had a good time looking at beautiful books with me, and I'll see you in the next one.